Thank you for joining us. Welcome. The former head of the United Nations, Kofi Annan, has called for an investigation into what he called gross and systematic human rights abuses in Kenya after visiting some of the areas hit by post-election violence. Clashes between rival groups are still going on in the western town of Nakuru, as Harry Fawcett reports.
After 2 days of fighting in Nakuru today, they collected and counted their dead. At least 27 people have died, many from machete wounds, their bodies then burnt. In the early days of the post-election violence, Nakuru was a safe haven. Thousands of Kikuyu tribespeople fled here. Now, many of those sleeping on the streets have been forced from their own homes in the town by neighbours of different tribes.
If you don't get help and you don't have bows and arrows, there is nothing you can do but let them loot all they want from you. And it's only God who can help.
In the town's overstretched hospital, the medics deal first with severe head wounds. A man who'd merely suffered a brutal beating waiting his turn. So too another, an arrow lodged in his skull. Nakuru's descent into what one local called tribalistic madness is mirroring Kenya's own. Today, the UN's chief aid official said the spiral of violence could become irreversible without a prompt political settlement. The man here to broker such a deal was in Eldoret this morning, seeing for himself the misery of some of Kenya's now 250,000 internally displaced people. Back in Nairobi, he spoke of the gravity of what he'd seen.
We saw gross and systematic abuse of human rights of fellow citizens, and it is essential that the facts be established and those responsible held to account.
Mr. Annan met President Kibaki again today after talks he chaired between him and his rival Raila Odinga on Thursday broke down. Many fear what will happen if Kofi Annan leaves Kenya without having brokered some kind of deal.
And earlier this month, Jonathan Miller reported from the slums of Nairobi and the Rift Valley as the violence intensified. You can find an interactive slideshow on our website now with Jonathan's own photographs and commentary painting a vivid picture of a nation in turmoil. Now here, police in West London have launched a murder